Hi, in this lesson, we're going to take a look at how to group data to create outlines in Excel. I have this worksheet and it has three tables of data. Now, of course, in Excel terms, this isn't a lot of data, but the tools we're going to learn how to use will work no matter how much data you have. And what we're going to do is create groups of our data so that we can collapse and expand them using the outlining or the grouping features. Let's take a look. I've got this first table here, and let's say that I don't need to see all of the individual data. I just want to look at the totals. So what I'm going to do is I am going to select the data, all of this data except for my items, my totals, my column headers, and of course my totals column. Once I have this selected, I'm going to go to the Data tab, and I'm going to click out here on the outline grouping. And if I select there, you see I have group, ungroup, subtotal. We're going to click on the group button, and it asks me, do I want to group this by rows or columns? Right now, I'm going to select rows. And when I click OK, you'll notice over here on the left, we have this column, this new column, and there's a number 1, a number 2, and a little minus sign. If I click there, it collapsed that data. It created a group, and we just have our column headers and our totals. Now, you'll notice we have the plus sign now. If I click on plus, it expands that group, and that's our first group for an outline. Now, we can go ahead and we can do it again. We're going to come down here. This time I'm going to select the entire row instead of just the data. If I do this and I click on my outline and click group again, notice this time I didn't get the little window asking me, do I want rows and columns? That's because I selected all the rows, but I still have another group here. Now, let's go ahead and let's do this last group. Once again, outline group. And now we have 3 groups. And if I come up to the top, if I click on the number 1, it will collapse all of my groups. If I click on the number 2, it will expand them all. And I can collapse or expand individual groups depending on what I need to see. Now, I can also group across columns. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to select the columns B through M here, all of my months, all of my data. Go to outline, group, and you'll see it created a group up here at the top. So if I collapse all of these groups, I just get the grand totals. And of course, I can collapse and expand as I see fit. Now, let's go ahead and let's take a look at another worksheet. It's the same data, but this time I have columns that have totals by quarter of each sets of this data. And they're clearly defined. I have first quarter headers. The data is bold. And when we have clearly defined data like this, using the outline is even easier. But before we get there, let's go ahead and take a look. I'm going to create a group from this first quarter by just clicking on the group button. And of course, I can do the other groups just like that. And I can collapse or expand them. Now, if I want to remove a group, let's say I don't want this group anymore, I highlight the data, go to my outline group, and click on the ungroup button, and you'll see that's gone. I can also clear all of the groupings by choosing the little drop-down arrow in the ungroup section and choose clear outline. That will clear any groups that I have. Now, Because, like I said, this data is really prepared for an outline. All of our groups are clearly defined. We can go to the outline button, click on the little drop-down arrow next to the group button, and select Auto Outline, and watch what happens here. This, and let me zoom out just a little bit more. Oh, that's too much. This created all of our quarter groups, our totals group, and all of the groups by store over here. And again, same thing. If I collapse them all, I have my grand totals. Maybe I want to see my quarterly totals. Maybe I want to see all of the data like this. Maybe I just want to see my Chicago store, and maybe I want to see the third quarter. Whatever I want. Really, really handy to have this outlining, these grouping features. And again, if I want to ungroup, I can click on Clear Outline, and everything is gone. So now you know how to group data to create outlines in Excel. That's it for this lesson. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.